Disclaimer, this video is not to show you how to fix the problem. It's just to show you what I'm dealing with. So I have a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia, and I've been having a bunch of derate problems with the truck. I have right now I'm on Interstate 68, and if anybody's been around here knows that it's a whole bunch of hills, mountains, a lot of climbing, and you know, I got the check engine light, the middle light, and the def light on. So pretty much all you want to do is just hit that regen button. This is the force regen button, and it should clear it if you haven't been having that much issues with it or barely starting. But I have this OTR link, OTR Diagnostic tool, reads codes and all that stuff. So I'm about to hook it up and see what it says. I already know what it says. I mean, I've been dealing with this issue for over a year, and so we'll see what it says. So right now I'm just loading up the app, OTR Diagnostic app. Just trying to connect to adapter, connect to the account. This is an amazing little tool. It has saved me a lot of money. I love it. So, you know, on the top right you can see 2 active codes. Got through this. So I just clicked where it says BO Mini. I just clicked on that, and it gives you the information for your truck. But then if you go to fault codes, that'll tell you what fault codes it has. So I have SPN 3364 FMI2 active, SPN 4364 FMI 18 active, and I don't know what the other one is, inactive. It doesn't really tell me much. So if I click on the top one, it's going to tell me what the active code is, and some repair procedures, you know, overview and proper diesel exhaust fluid quality, fault system, 25% derate, and then gives you repair procedures. And on the last part it says perform park regen. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and let's go to the next one. SPN 4364 FMI 18 overview, selective catalytic reduction, NOx conversion low. This fault code says when the after treatment control module detects that the NOx conversion is lower than a calibrated threshold. So fault system 25% derate, and then repair procedure. Look at all those repair procedures. Unfortunately with this app, all that you are not able to check the status of all that stuff. So once I start the regen, I'm gonna go back all the way to the main screen. I'm gonna go to live data, just right under fault codes, and it's gonna give me it's just basic information. It's nothing like some diagnostic tools, you know, got whole laptop and everything, but you still get a lot of good information here. So I'm fixing to start the regen. I'm just gonna click the regen button on the truck, but if you go to commands, which is right under live data, you know, you have reset fault codes, reset DPF ash accumulator, reset SCR accumulator, and all the way at the bottom you have force DPF regen. There hasn't been very many times where the regen button on the truck has not worked, but there's been like 2 times that I tried it with the truck and it did not work. So at that time I hooked up the OTR Diagnostic tool, but if I didn't have that, I would have to get road service to come out and do a force regen. But thankfully I have this have this little tool that has saved me a lot of money. So I'm fixing to start the regen. Normally it takes around 32-33 minutes. I'm fixing to time it, so we'll see how long it lasts, and I'll be back. So once I start the regen, the codes will usually clear up under 10 minutes, but that's because I have some work done to it. But the things I have done to it, it didn't fix the problem. The problem still persists, but it did help it once the regen process starts. It, you know, before I did the things to it that I did, it would sometimes it would take 15 minutes, 20, 25 minutes for the codes to clear up. And I knew sometimes they wouldn't even clear it up. Sometimes I would have to do regen 2 times. But now, ever since I did a couple of repair procedures that I'll do in another video, I'll let y'all know what I did. But ever since I did those procedures, the codes have been clearing up pretty fast. So I'm fixing to start the regen. I always put a timer on, see how long it lasts. Like I said, about 32-33 minutes, the regen will be complete. So I'm gonna time it and see how long it takes for these codes to clear up. So the regen has started. So I don't know, you can probably hear in the background a bunch of noises and stuff. Every time I'm doing a regen, my wife calls me. She always says she can hear the truck regenning. So y'all can probably hear it, but I'm here in the app. I like to go to live data, and the things that you want it to be looking at is at the after treatment SCR inlet NOx and after treatment SCR outlet NOx, which is right there in the middle. The inlet, you usually want to have it between 200 and 300, and the outlet under 100. So I mean, I just started the regen process, so I'm gonna give it a few minutes and come back and let y'all know how it's going. So while I was doing the regen, there's another code that pops up. Sometimes it'll pop up, sometimes it won't. I forget. I'm gonna check here in a little bit. I'm gonna check the app. Something to do with the outlet NOx sensor drifting. But that one pops up and that one doesn't go away. I couldn't find much information on that. Basically, all I could find was at the end of the regen, pretty much just to clear the code. And the code does not come back after I clear it. It doesn't come back, but it does stay on if I don't clear it. I mean, right now we're barely 5 minutes into the regen, so I'm just gonna keep monitoring how it's doing. It's still got the lights on. So on the first code in proper depth quality, I saw it somewhere where you could just fill it up with new depth and that should clear it up. But I think what the problem is, at least with my truck, because as you saw the different issues that could be the problem. I think it's the outlet NOx sensor. I think that's what the problem is. Because you have the SPN 4364, then you got the improper depth quality, and then there's another one that pops up about the outlet NOx sensor drifting. So all 3 of those codes have to do with the outlet NOx sensor. And I just replaced it last year, but I think that's what the problem is. I don't know. I'm gonna have to change it when I get home. I paid around $500 for that sensor. I look it up now. It's probably like $100, a couple of hundred at the most. But I bought it at the height of the pandemic, so there's a shortage on parts and all that stuff. And I did have to pay a core charge. that I never got back. So it's been about 26, 27 minutes and the code barely cleared up. The light barely cleared up. This light will not go away. It'll eventually go away if I keep driving. If I would just drive, you know, I don't know, 60 miles, whatever, it'll usually go away, but I'll just clear with the app. That way I don't have it on the dashboard. But I was getting pretty nervous because at the beginning of the video I said they usually clear up in less than 10 minutes, and the regen process takes about 32, 33 minutes, and I was getting close to it, so I was getting nervous, you know. Like I said, there's been a couple of times where I have to do 2 regens, and one time I did 3 regens, and I got another code for saying too much regen. I didn't have to take it to a shop. Luckily I was nearby a shop and they were able to clear it and everything. But this is what I'm dealing with. If you're having issues with this, good luck, man. Good luck. It's gonna be it can be so many different things. You know, you can change parts. You know, I changed parts. I've done all these things to it, and I'm still having issues with it. You would have to take it to a really good, diesel mechanic that they know what they're doing. Even the Freightliner dealerships, half of them, they don't know what they're doing. And just because it's a Freightliner dealership don't mean the mechanic is good. You know, a lot of guys on YouTube, you know, they talk about this problem, but do they actually fix it is the question. Because, like I said, if I have to take it to a shop, all they do is the regen, you know. They tell me it's one thing, or the knock sensor, they tell me whatever, but 1,000 miles later, I'm beside a road again, having to do a regen. I mean, it sucks. Like I said, I've been dealing with this for over a year, and here I am still. But what I am going to try to do next is change out the outlet knock sensor. Change that out, and hopefully that helps it. What an operator problem, man. I got pretty good view too. Isn't that so nice and pretty? Everything is green. We got a rest area. That was a close one. Until we meet again, little lights, because I know they'll come back eventually. You know, so how the trucks were designed were, if you idle too much, the truck will do an auto regen by itself. You know, it doesn't have to tell you nothing. And on the road, the truck was designed to regen on the road when you're driving. You know, some trucks will tell you regen in progress. This truck doesn't. So when it's doing a regen, you know, it's burning up all that soot, getting it out of the DPF filters. So what is happening when you get those lights is that the SCR efficiency test is failing. So it wants you to do a part regen so it can test it again. On the code for the proper DEF quality, I don't think it's the DEF, you know. If it was the DEF, you know, you have all these trucks broken down the side of the road, you know, complaints, you know, whatever. I only get DEF at the pilots, Flying J's. So even though it does give me that code, you know, proper DEF quality, I don't think it's the DEF. I think it's the outlet knock sensor. Even though, you know, you can read online, you know, they say that they changed to the peak blue or blue peak, the box DEF. That's all they use now. Did they actually work? I don't know. But That's what I've been dealing with. You know, this issue usually happens only when I'm heavy or going through mountains. Whenever I'm light, this usually don't happen. And I even told my dispatcher, don't give me no heavy loads, you know, just light loads. But those are hard to find nowadays, especially loads that pay something decent. So I'm here on the app again, and as you can see on the top right, there's no more fault codes. So if I go to fault codes, you know, inactive, so one other code popped up, SPN 4364 FMI 1, SCR NOx conversion efficiency very low. Additional information, perform SCR efficiency test, which all that is a park regen. Repair procedures, diagnose SPN 4364 FMI 17. So that one popped up and then it went away as soon as the regen was done. So the regen is done. The codes did go away. Inactive. The amber light is still on, but I'm gonna go ahead and that should clear off. You know, after driving after 60 miles or something, the amber light usually goes away. But since I'm already here, I'm just gonna go to commands and I'm just gonna reset fault codes. That way, just to get out of my dashboard. So it takes about a minute to, you know, reset fault codes. Successful, done. If we go back to fault codes, all of them are cleared up. I don't know what this is. That one's always inactive every time I look at it. So I highly recommend all owner-operators to have something like this, you know, just in case y'all need it. It has saved me so much money. So every time you get those three lights, it's because, you know, you gotta do a park regen. But essentially when you do a park regen, what it really wants to do is to do an SCR efficiency test, which, I mean, I've seen some videos, you know, guys monitoring on their laptop. You know, unfortunately with the OTR Diagnostic tool, you can't monitor the SCR efficiency test and the suit level, at least for this truck. Those two things you cannot look at. You know, I wish they would add it. So come on guys, tip. But so yeah, so once you do park regen, you do SCR efficiency test, and it gets above the threshold that it wants, which is 0.7. It wants it to get above 0.7. The lights will go away, and, you know, pretty much saying that, you know, it passed the test. So it'll let you keep driving after that until next time that the suit level fills up again and the truck, you know, doesn't get rid of it on its own. You know, then it's gonna want you to do another park regen to do another SCR efficiency test. So that's why you get those lights, and to diagnose those lights, it's very complicated. I'm not a diesel mechanic, you know, I just been watching a bunch of YouTube videos, reading a bunch of forums, you know. It's been a pain for a long time. It's a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia, and yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video showing y'all what I did that has helped it, but obviously the problem's still here. So stay tuned for that. So that's it, guys. Until next time, hopefully that helps out somebody. I mean, this wasn't really a how to fix the issue, because I don't even know what the issue is, but maybe that'll give you some insights on what's going on with the truck. Beautiful day out here. Let me just go out there and, you know, get some drone footage. It's cloudy, 75 degrees. Beautiful day, beautiful day. So let's see what we can capture with this drone.